It's week 1 of the National Football League. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC North rivals. It's the Steelers and the Bengals, and it's all up next.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis up in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Very pleased to be with you for another season of NFL football. And Charles, we are no stranger to rivalry games between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. What is different is that the roles have kind of been reversed. Cincinnati comes in as the division favorites following last year's Super Bowl appearance. The Steelers no more Big Ben, and they're now viewed as likely underdogs.
And we've known that the roles have been reversed since last season and the entire offseason. Yet still hearing you say it, it still has to sink in. And I know the Bengals fans, they're very happy to see those roles reversed because they had dropped 11 straight to Pittsburgh prior to their recent resurgence. So this was a great test for both of these teams to start off this season. Pittsburgh would...
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow could have won Comeback Player of the Year last season simply for his statistics. 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns through the air. But he brought the entire Bengal organization on a comeback after 5 straight losing seasons. First with a division title, then an unexpected AFC title, and led the team to their 3rd Super Bowl ever. And he had them less than 2 minutes away from winning it for the first time. Keep an eye on Joey B. He expects to bring a Super Bowl title to Cincinnati in the near future.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
So on is the lefty, Kevin Huber, to kick it away for the Bengals here on 4th down. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitchell Trubisky is getting his 2nd chance to start in the NFL and will be with another storied franchise, this time the Pittsburgh Steelers. He slowly fell out of favor in Chicago after making a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season. But what a lot of people don't realize is that he had a winning record as a starter in each of his last 3 years with the Bears. He convinced a lot of people as a backup in Buffalo, including Pittsburgh, that there's still something to be unlocked in him as a starter.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Trubisky will throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. Only 2 yards and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. We're able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep, Trent Taylor. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the 1st quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Shifts past him at the 45. On the move past the 40. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler 1st.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
All Trey Hendrickson did in his 1st season in Cincinnati was set the team's new single-season record with 14 sacks. In his last 2 seasons, 1 in New Orleans, he's become one of the best in the league.
Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. That doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice consistent gain.
Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Holding, offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught here by Taylor. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A gain of 7 brings up second down at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it second down and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. Burrow will throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's first and goal. Burrow looking to pass. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Complete to Hayden Hurst. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in Week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Harris running straight ahead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. They find some open field here. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 53 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now a 3-point swing right there.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So it's a 2nd missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well. Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. First down. Here's Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Here's Burrow. Now he's flushed out left. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Mixing up the middle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost at Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers at the position here in 2022.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Trent Taylor, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
They hand this off to Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. He gets this one to Johnson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 30 on 2nd down, Burrow. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. It's a room to maneuver. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They'll get this down to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On third down, Trubisky. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a two-touchdown game. Thought that might be the goose egg breaker, still stuck on 0.
Yeah, this is still a tight game, too. We got to keep that in mind because that miss there, you hang your head, you let it affect you the next time you go out there, then you really hurt your ball club. Get yourself together. You might get another opportunity, and they're going to count on you to put it through the post.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now Burrow. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. A handoff running left, Mixon, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on third down is Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 5 now. Trubisky setting up the screen. Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They'll toss to Harris. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Complete, it's Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll run with Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 116 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now the man from nearby Columbus, Ohio, Benny Snell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Here's Harris. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. On second down, this is Harris. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will finish off this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Burrow.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. They'll run it with Pirine. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Samaje Pirine denied on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers.
At their own 42. Now it's Trubisky. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Trubisky. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Trubisky's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
From the 27, Trubisky
completes this one to Pickens. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This is Harris. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Harris hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now Trubisky to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon.
And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be here. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.